Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'll be doing the Sisterhood of the World Vloggers Award tag, and for this I was nominated by Bridget over at Book Reviews. I'll put a link to her channel down below. Bridget is the co-creator of the BookTube manga club over at Goodreads, and I just really enjoy her channel. She is definitely into manga and graphic novels, and I've learned a lot of things about manga and different titles that I never would have come across otherwise, and she's also into other books as well, including high fantasy, so definitely go and check her out. Now, Bridget has set 10 questions for this particular tag that I have to answer, and then in turn nominate 10 other people with my own 10 questions. So I'll get to that at the very end. Let's just go ahead and get started with the questions. The first one is, name a book you enjoyed that was not recommended to you. In other words, one that you picked up without any previous knowledge of it. And for that I chose The Air Affair by Jasper Fforde. This happens to be the UK cover, but when I first saw it many years ago in my bookstore with the US cover, it just had a really clever cover with this kind of book with a lock on it and a key sticking out, and that intrigued me right off the bat. So I read the back, and it says, Acheron Hades has been kidnapping characters from the works of fiction and holding them to ransom. Jane Eyre has gone missing. Thursday Next is the main character. She sets out to find a way into the book to repair the damage. So that just really intrigued me. She's a literary detective who goes into books, and now my dog is scratching on her pillow, if you hear weird sounds. Anyway, yeah, so that was a book I had never heard of, and it just sounded so good, and I've been hooked on that whole series. Question 2. Are there any female booktubers with blogs you also follow? I generally don't follow blogs. I'm too lazy to kind of go to the site and look for the channel and everything, but one particular one, Charlotte over at Ramblings of an Elf Pyre, she's also a booktuber on YouTube. Hers seemed to post through my email, so I'm able to just read her reviews posted right there on my email. So she'd probably be the only blog that I actually follow, I'd say. Number 3, what is your least read genre, and do you plan to read more? By this I understand it to mean not one that I don't read at all or don't like, but one that I've kind of not read as much. And that would have to be mystery currently, because I used to read a lot of mystery, and now I'm reading lots of sci-fi, dystopian, post-apocalyptic kind of things like that. But it's been a while since I've sat down and read a really good mystery, so I'd like to pick up some more of that. Number 4, who is one of your favorite female YouTubers that is not a booktuber? For that, I went with Siobhan Thompson over at Anglophenia, and it's just a really fun channel that kind of explains to us Americans British culture and terminology and things like that. She's done some funny ones with pronunciation of towns and how Americans really just mess those up, and things like comparing how we refer to sneakers, they call them trainers, or we wear sweaters, you guys wear jumpers, things like that. So I just really enjoy her humor and wit, and it's just a really fun channel. Number 5, what is your opinion on the discussion of reading challenges? Are you for or against setting yearly reading challenges? Every year I set a challenge on Goodreads to read a certain number of books, and on my YouTube channel I set reading resolutions, certain books that I want to read that year, maybe series that I want to finish. I try not to think of that as pressure that I'm adding to myself, but more just setting those goals, and kind of, I like to see myself accomplishing these things, like, oh, I've knocked that out, yes, what's next on my list? Oh, let's go for that one. It just kind of motivates me. I don't think it is pressure so much. But yes, I do believe in challenges. They're not for everybody, but they are for me. Number 6, shout out a new female booktuber that you enjoy watching. For this, I kind of went on with one that isn't necessarily new to BookTube, but new to me. I've just recently come across this booktuber within the past week or so, and her channel and her name is Miz Moffat. And she's actually a Canadian, she's a Canadian. She works in a bookstore called Conspiracy Comics, and she's the manga buyer. So her channel does deal a lot with manga and comics, and she does reviews and hauls and things. I just love her wit. She has really great editing that's just really quick and snappy, great sound effects. I love her personality, and I love the way she does really precise plot summaries on books, and not giving too much away, but just really makes you kind of want to pick up those books. So I think she's a really great booktuber. She's actually been on YouTube, I looked at her start date, 3 years, literally 23 days longer than I've been on BookTube. So we're really close in terms of how long we started, but definitely think you should go check her out. I'll put a link to her channel down below, and yeah, that's my shout out. Number 7, what is your most anticipated release for 2015 that features a female protagonist? For this, I'd have to say Harper Lee's Go Set a Watchman, Scout being the main protagonist. One of my favorite books of all time is To Kill a Mockingbird, so getting the chance to kind of continue in that world with that character and find out kind of, you know, where her life has gone. It'll be really interesting. Controversy aside as to whether she had wanted that book released or not, that's kind of troublesome to me, but I'm going to have to say I'm going to push that aside because I just really, really, really want to read that book. Number 8, what is the most recent manga or graphic novel you read that stars a female protagonist? A lot of the ones I've read haven't starred a female protagonist, but one just very recently that I picked up was Yotsuba. This is by Kiyohiko Azuma. And it's just a cute little girl named Yotsuba. She's really, really young. She just moved to a new house with her father. And she just gets into all sorts of trouble. She's very precocious, very questioning. She confuses everybody. And there's these 3 sisters that live next door. And they just sort of get pulled into her life. And she's just super, super cute. And I can't wait to continue this series. And the artwork is just adorable. Number 9. Have you read any LGBT-friendly books? And if so, which was your favorite? I have to say I haven't really read any specifically, but I have read one that sort of deals with gender issues and bullying and kind of feeling you don't quite fit in, and that would be a graphic memoir called Tomboy by Liz Print. This is one I definitely could associate with. It's like I felt myself represented within this book as a tomboy. The author deals with just like little ink, black and white illustrations, and I just adored the book and I adored her character. That's her right there. Even looks like a cartoon character that I've drawn of myself. So yes, I definitely recommend this one. It's just a really, really great story. And finally, number 10, other than reading, what is your favorite thing to do in your spare time? So one of my favorite things to do when I'm not reading is to hang out with my dog Skippy. Skippy is a female Shih Tzu. She's currently 12 years old, and I just adore her. She's my first dog, and I just love just spending time with her, playing with her, going for walks, hanging out in the park. She's just a great companion, and I just love her to death. So, yeah, that's my favorite thing to do is hang out with my dog Skippy when I'm not reading. So that completes the tag. I am now going to be nominating 10 other ladies, and I'll either post their names over here or definitely down below, and your 10 questions that I've created will be down there as well. So I hope you decide to do it, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Bye-bye.